Hello again, everybody. You have made it to wave 16 through 20 for part 1 of Charlie's 4E missions. And let me just say that this was the most difficult part of filming any single Splinter Cell Blacklist video, because these are absolutely ridiculously hard, considering how many hostiles you have to eliminate and considering how many different qualifications you have to meet to take out each and every single one of every unique enemy. Not only that, but I did it solo, so if you guys can maybe, I don't know, just leave a like or a comment or anything like that, it's really appreciated, because after this video I checked the leaderboards and it was about, I would say, 11th on the very total leaderboards, 11th in the world, and this is after quite a few people have bought the game and played through it. It's definitely a very, very high landmark for me to grab. But anyways, basically these levels from here on out are going to be a play-by-play of what exactly I'm doing in each level, what my thought process is, and what I'm using. So anyways, without further ado, let me continue. So I use every single gadget to the best of my ability, and not only that, but before each and every mission, you'll notice that I don't get the no retries bonus, because screw that noise. Every single time I complete a level, I will revert to checkpoint, because I will get every single one of my gadgets back, and that's very beneficial to me. It makes it so I don't blow my brains out, so I don't go insane pretty much. So let me just continue through. I just want to get a look at every single person that's in this level. And I believe after this level, it gets to the point where they tell you pretty much what's going to be in each level. So it's very simple to follow on through wave 16 to 17, and I use my sleeping gas bolts for grouped up bunches of enemies, and then when I don't have grouped up bunches of enemies or I have dogs, I use the sticky shocker bolts. Now that guy's by himself. Usually I would use a sticky shocker bolt, but since there are only 16 hostiles remaining, I choose not to. And then I also have my tri-rotor, which if you've upgraded it, then it will be able to fire this the sticky shocker. And coming up in the later levels, it'll be very, very helpful, especially considering there will be people who are the robot users, the engineers, the guys with the night vision goggle jammers. So right now I'm just patrolling around. I hid in a very safe spot for me to be able to patrol around, because usually know where I am right here. No one will ever patrol there or suspect that I am there. And I basically want to use every single gadget to my advantage at this point, because there are so many enemies and it is so hard to protect myself. And honestly, you will fail. You will fail for sure. You just have to keep retrying and then experience victory and luck for sure, because those guys will go together and then you still knock out them. And whenever you're using gas bolts, you want to make sure that no one else is looking at the two guys that you are trying to take out, 2 or 3 guys, whatever it may be. And you want to make sure that they are close enough. When you play it enough, you'll realize that, okay, they are close enough for you to be able to take them out, take both of them out with one dart. And you want to be able to use that to your advantage. You want to be able to say, okay, I'll be able to take out 2 birds with 1 stone at this point in time. So you'll see over here. Usually I would use the shockers to take out one person at a time. But since I only have 10 hostiles remaining, I use as many gadgets as possible. Because before I start out, especially Charlie's missions, you want to make sure that you have every single gadget available to you, because it'll make you 10 times more deadly. And especially with the tri-rotor, you want to have all the upgrades, because you'll get 4 or 5 extra sticky shockers, which are easy to use. I don't know how that happened, but I guess there's just a little bit of a glitch. It'll make those way easier to use in the later levels. The tri-rotor will definitely be very helpful as far as patrolling and just realizing where your enemies are. But if you don't really want to use the tri-rotor as long as there are dogs, because dogs are the worst. Ugh. The worst enemy you'll ever face in this game. So, okay, I see a lot of guys with night vision goggles there. So my first reaction is to make sure I'm not faking them when I take them out. So I'll use the sticky shocker, or I guess not the sticky shocker, but there's only 6 hostiles remaining, and 3 sleeping gas. I feel it's safe for me to be able to knock those guys out. So I see there are 2 together, and I just quickly knock them out. And it's all about quickness and finesse as far as these later levels go, because you can get spotted, but the problem is you will have to be able to. Oh, look at those 3 guys! Perfect little spot for them to be, for me to take them all out, and that is the end of wave 16. And I'll go on to wave 17. But you just want to make sure that positioning is correct before you use each gadget. So as you'll see here, I've already messed up on this wave. That's why I know exactly where to go. So I hop over the front there, and then I hop over the open window. And I like to open up the windows just to give me a bit more of the options of where to go, just in case I get caught. You know, I don't want to get spotted. But if I do get spotted, I'll be able to quickly maneuver my way out of their sight, and then as soon as they say, "Oh, I think he's gone, we should go keep checking for him," then that's the time that you restart, as well as knocking them out. So these guys will be looking around. This is wave 17, I believe. So it starts out with regular guards, just find their way into the main building, the dark building, and this is perfect to hide at, just because they won't be able to. Sorry, dogs won't be able to get in there, and robots won't be able to get in there. The little mini robots that come from those robot douchers, the engineers. So that's very, very good. But this level, there will be some snipers. So what you want to do is just hide where I'm hiding, and make sure you know the area of all the snipers. And okay, so I'm okay. I keep opening with these windows, just in case some people come upstairs, and I'm okay to maneuver around and spot them and safely neutralize them. And that stealth knockout, I believe that was a proximity mine. If not, that's okay. See, I see a dog over there, so I just want to be wary. I take them up with sticky shockers, and that dog is very suspicious over there. If he does see some people getting taken out, what I like to do is, okay, so I just took him out. The dogs are very, very susceptible to sticky shockers, but if you are really upset about a dog and you really want to take him out quickly, then just shoot a gas bolt to where you think the dog is going to go. So also, this area where I climb up is a very safe spot for me, because not only will the dogs not spot me when they are weary, but the enemies will also have trouble spotting me as well, especially the people with night vision goggles, which you have to look out for. So I'm just taking people out one by one. I noticed that there's 19 hostiles left. You always have to take into account how many hostiles there are left and what you think there might be spawning at that present moment. So I know there are at least going to be a couple more dogs left, so I have my sticky shockers out because those are very very easy to take dogs out with. And I think there are going to be some snipers out. So I think he will either be below me, far below me, or above me. And since there were snipers earlier in the level, I think there are going to be some snipers. So I shoot near him. He's very suspicious, so I leave the area and I go towards another one. And I barely take that guy out. See, it is a lot about luck. About aim and about luck, and if you hit the proper target or not. If you don't hit the proper target, then they'll go red and investigate, and you have to really leave the area like I am right now. See, that guy spots me. I screw up because I don't take him out right away. If you don't take him out right away and you get an assault knockout, then what I did is I just restarted the level. And honestly, it took me a long time. So if you want to restart the level, I'm sure you'll get gold ghost anyway. So this is just me torturing myself, but for good video. So that dog doesn't suspect me anymore. So after it says, okay, keep looking, or he left, or some dialogue like that, I feel it is safe to keep knocking people out. Like these two snipers. If you knock out the first one on the left, then it'll be okay. And you knock out the second one. And make sure it always says stealth knockout. +1 stealth knockout. And then you'll be good to go. Otherwise, restart the level if you are going my way. Okay, so 13 left. I just want to play it safe. Some of them are bunching up on the right. And so I feel it's safe to knock out this one by himself right here. And this dog. The dogs are honestly what you will be frustrated by the most, because the dogs are absolutely insanely good at detecting you. Later on, there will be some riot shield guys who have shields, and those guys will be detecting you regardless if you are playing Ghost or not. So you just have to be wary of those guys and be very malleable. Be very very keen to what the enemies are doing. So I notice this guy. Okay, he spotted me. Okay, so what I do is I get out of his way. I give him some space, and no guys are around me down here. They're all upstairs. So I bolt it. I try and find a way, try and find a dark area where I know they aren't going to be. And I climb up here. Perfect. They're going to be all the way over on the other side, and I will be safe and sound right here. And there will also be some snipers up there, so if I choose to take them out, which I believe I do in a couple seconds, then I will be safe to do so. So basically, if you guys don't know the Scooby-Doo rule, follow my earlier vids, and you guys will be just fine. Lots of guys around me. I really want to be safe and sound, especially since there are only 11 hostiles left. Honestly, you guys will pull your hair out doing this kind of thing, especially by yourself, because it is really, really, really tricky. Even with all these gadgets that are at your disposal. So I throw a noisemaker just to lure some out, just to get me a little bit more ahead in the game. But if you have taken out this many guys, I wouldn't recommend throwing noisemakers, because it just makes them more antsy and more suspicious and a lot quicker for running around, and people who are quicker on their senses tend to take you out a lot quicker. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, what I did. And I know these guys are in the room beside me. I know they're not going to open up the door, but that guy is getting a little too close, so I tend to stick to the sleeping gas later on in the level when I know that there are only a few guys left, especially the grenades, which I just threw right there. So I took 2 guys out, just because if one guy is right beside the guy I just took out, then he will automatically go down, and it won't be a combat knockout. I know it'll be a stealth knockout, which is really helpful for me. And this guy with night vision goggles is causing me a bit of trouble because he suspects I am where I just was. So I use the plethora of windows to my advantage and knock him out. And if you walk through your own gas, then you'll be just fine. You won't even blink. You'll just be perfect, good to go in this case. And I believe it is the next level, but the next level, all you encounter are dogs and guys who make robots and patrol around with little tiny robots with red vision. So I barely get this guy here, and then he takes out his own guy with the gas bolt, and I only have one guy left for this this round, and I want to play it safe. Even though, yeah, if you only have one sleeping gas bolt and you want to play it safe, don't do what I just did and have finesse and throw a grenade, a sleeping gas grenade. Don't do that. Just make sure that you ensure that. Okay, perfect. Finish that round. And you are on to wave 18 with 30 hostiles. And you want to get into position before the guys even spawn. You want to have all of your gadgets out. And I have the sleeping gas out just because I know it'll capture a few guys before I have the real trouble. So I knock that first guy out. I shoot one there knowing that a guy is going to be there. And in the middle here, there are going to be quite a few enemies, as you can see. So you can throw a sleeping gas grenade in there too, just to make sure that you ensure a lot of downs. But I want to play it safe. I accidentally throw a grenade over there, knock one guy out, and I have my stealth shocker out just to conserve any other gadgets that I have. I know there's a lot of guys over there, so I chuck another sleeping gas grenade, and it takes a lot of guys out. 3 stealth knockouts, and that guy tries to figure out who was over there. So you want to play it safe. I got my sticky shockers because I know for sure that he's by himself and I can easily remove him from the situation. And that guy I almost got, he suspected that I was there, so I know a bunch of guys are going to be congregating over there since he's going to tell them all. So I try and switch my position, and I knock out as many guys as I get. I get 4 guys there. That's really good because all those guys are congregating over there, considering my recent debacle over there, you could say. So I am safe and sound. I'm crawling around the outside, and at this height, even the guys with night vision goggles will not be able to spot you, which is perfect. So I throw a sticky mine right there, and I keep going. Keep using my advantages, and I spot enemies by hopping left and right. And you can't use any gadgets on those toughies right there, so you gotta be careful. I'm just moving around. That is where your sticky noisemakers will come in, especially for your crossbow, because it will net you at least 19 noisemakers, which is nice. Those will help later on. And I like taking out the small fish before I deal with those insane bastards. Excuse me the language. So I patiently just chill. I see a dog coming, so I immediately take out my sticky shockers, zap them. Any dogs that come near you, you want to make sure before they bark, just to avoid any confrontation, you knock them out. And I see that that guy with night vision goggles was running by that dog at that present point in time, so my guess is that I want to change position, but since he was just strolling around, I want to take him out before that guy sees him. If that guy sees him, boom, you take him out with the shocker. Basically, that's all you want to do. If you guys didn't necessarily listen in on my previous videos, you want to use the Scooby-Doo rule. I'm not going to explain it in this video, but if you want to check out my older videos, be my guest, and you can figure what that is. I'm sure you can realize what it is pretty much straight away anyways. So I take out that dog. I only have 11 hostiles left. And notice how it's taking me quite a while to position myself, and I just want to make sure that I am A-okay in this scenario. So if I use my tri-rotor like I am right now, it will make them be weary of my tri-rotor if they spot it instead of myself. So I'll be able to get away, evade them pretty simply. See, they're all running towards where the tri-rotor was. Otherwise, they would spot me. So I move along. I'm pretty much above all of them. They're all looking that way. So I move over to the other side. I'm okay over here. And if you move, yeah, right in the right here, you will have a little bit of cover as far as the light goes. So you'll be okay. And I want to try and knock this guy out, but I want to make sure he is all alone. But those guys are over there. They're all bunched up. So I choose to knock them out with a proximity shocker. So I got 3 of them. Or 2 of them. That's pretty good. They don't know where that came from because the other guys were looking my way or where I was previous. And I knock that guy out because he is by himself. Knock him out. And again, I'm aiming just a little bit above them. If I'm a bit far away from them, I'm aiming a little bit above them and a little bit ahead of them. Just because it takes a while to reach them. So I knock that dog out. And also I knock the guy with the night vision goggles out who goes to meet the dog, which is beneficial for me. I see, as you'll notice, it requires a little bit of luck to go through each level, which is why I never make it on the first try for each level, because you want to make sure you have all your gadgets, all items disposable for you. And I throw, whenever I see a guy with lots of body armor, I make sure that I have a noisemaker handy, and then I will let him go investigate, and then as soon as he investigates, I knock him out, and everything is perfect. Everything is copacetic in my eyes. So I only have 4 guys left, and I have 10 sleeping gas bolts left, so I am in a great shape. And I notice, okay, that guy's by himself, so I'm just gonna play it safe, knock him out with the bolt, and I hop on up here. The main way you're going to complete 20 waves by yourself on Ghost Perfectionist is knowing the map for sure. So I know I can't take him out with sleep darts because he is one of the heavies, so I use a noisemaker and he spots that. So I just play it safe, wait for a couple seconds, and then hop over, and boom, he will be susceptible to my knockouts. And that guy way in the background, he will be suspicious for a second or two. And if he is suspicious after you've taken out the guy that you've literally 3 or 4 seconds ago just taken out, then it's okay. You can just evade him. They're bulky guys, so you can evade them as far as hopping over walls and windows and climbing through doors and just evading them 100%. So that's easy to do. But I have my tri-rotor. I want to scout out the situation, see what I have left. There's only 2 hostiles left, so I just wanted to see if I could take out one with a sticky shocker or not. And noticing that the second a hostile is another juggernaut, noticing that I can't take him out with the sticky shocker, can't take him out with the sleeping gas bolts or anything like that. I have to take him out hand to hand, or you can take him out from above, or you can take him out from below, from a railing or such thing. So I notice those two are together, so I just climb over here, get a bit of a relay of the situation, see what's going on. I notice those two talk to each other. I'm okay in my situation. So that guy has left on the right side, so I know this guy is susceptible, so I knock him out. I slam his head on the railing, which is good for me. Now I only have one guy left. Climb on up here. Use your environment to your advantage. Make sure you know his route. Make sure he is following that route, and then when he is, you can sprint, or crouch sprint as far as your stealth suit is concerned, and you'll be good to go. And that's wave 18. Okay, so this is wave 19, and all you will probably face are dogs and robot users. So those guys will be your main problems. Say that dog just came out, and robot user. And this is just my experience. If you have another experience, then please let me know in the comments. But yeah, see, these are all the only guys I really meet. And then there will be a couple guys with night vision goggles later on. So I use all my gadgets pretty much to start out, and then I focus on my hand-to-hand later on in the level. So I use my gadgets. I know that the sticky shockers are good for dogs, so I knock those guys out with those. And I want to use this to my advantage. So I know that dogs can't open doors, and I know that robots can't open doors. So I close doors behind me, and I use high areas like this pole to my advantage. And I also use proximity shockers to my advantage. So I use my sticky shocker. I know that these dogs are coming, so I want to shoot one with my sticky shocker and then aerial knock out the other one. But that other dog isn't facing me, so I'll sticky shock the first one and then move away from the other one, just to play it safe. And that's another rule for getting through these solo, is playing it exceptionally safe, more so than you would normally. You have to have a lot of patience. And that dog almost spots me, but I just spam it with sticky shocker shots, and I'm okay. I feel comfortable in this high up area that is dark, so no night vision goggle guys will spot me, and no dogs will spot me, which is good. So I open up here. Oh, I climb over here, sorry. Alright. And you might have heard an explosion there, but that's actually a proximity shocker going off beside a fire hydrant, which counts. Or sorry, not a fire hydrant, a oh goodness, what is it called? Oh my goodness, what is it called? A fire extinguisher. There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm special, guys, don't mind me. So if any guys with night vision goggles open up doors, if you think that they're coming and you hear their voices when they're coming up, a lot of different audible clues that you can take out of this video. A lot of different audible clues. If you hear those, then just climb on up over here. Not only will dogs and bots not be able to spot it, but those guys won't. So you just take one out, one by one. Don't bother with the bots, by the way, because the robot operators will be able to respawn those instantaneously. And I noticed some guys with night vision goggles. If you ever see any of those, you want to take those out one by one. Simply because those are the only ones that can open doors, and those are the only ones that will pose a threat to you, really, in this wave. So I use soggy. Oh, I almost missed him there. Use my first sticky shocker and hit the barrier. And also take into account where the robots are coming from. And if you can really spot those quick off the bat, then you can easily take out the operators really quick. And I get a nice little sleeping gas shot there. I take out 3 at once from far away because I aim up high. And those robot operators are susceptible to sleeping gas bolts, but you have to be careful when they have the when you use the oh goodness, the shocker darts, because they sometimes will hit their helmets and put them on alert, and you don't want that. And also when you're using the tri-rotor, like I am right now, you have to make sure that you hit them in the area below the helmet. You want to make sure you do that. And I want to make sure that I'm away from this guy, so I'll get the ghost rating, because think of your tri-rotor as an extension of yourself. You want to make sure you're either above them or you're out of their sight. So when you feel safe, after you've taken out enough dogs and enough other enemies, then you can go after the robot operators with your tri-rotor and or sleeping gas bolts. Those will take those guys out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I notice there are some guys pretty close to me. I don't know if they're dogs or guys, so I just want to play it safe. I don't know what to take out. Oh, sticky camera, okay. Nope. Okay. So I use the tri-rotor. And you'll see on the bottom right there how many shots the tri-rotor has left. I have 3 shots left. And 11 hostiles remaining. That's pretty good odds. So the tri-rotor gets spotted. And at the same time, I get spotted. So I want to evade as soon as possible, because those guys are on the other side. I got a shot here. Yeah, see, I'm getting a shot. Break through the window. I think it's a safe bet. And just get out of there. I want to make sure that no little bots are around you, because you want to make sure that you are safe and sound, because if they do show up right below you when you're caught, then they will blow up. They'll blow up and kill you in a suicidal Muhammad Jihad moment. So okay, so I have 10 hostiles left, and after they said, okay, keep looking, okay, he's not there anymore, you know, I'm safely out of their way, so I feel it is safe to knock a couple guys out using my sticky shockers, because I know a couple dogs are coming. And I want to take out dogs as quick as possible. Even if it means using your gas bolts, then go nuts, because dogs are honestly the most amount of trouble that you will encounter in these waves. So if you know you're able to use a sticky shocker, then most certainly do. They will save all your sleeping gas bolts. And if you want to, where you go and grab the dead drop, if they do spot you, if you are able to evade them for a couple seconds, then move your way to where you encounter the dead drop, because they can't get over it in that area. So just stay over there for like I would say 30 seconds, and they will quit looking your way, and then you'll be able to go in and try and take out some more of those guys. So keep that in mind. They are very, very susceptible to waiting too long. They don't want to do that. They don't want to wait too long, so they'll automatically assume that you are gone after a few seconds. And since there are only 6 hostiles remaining, and I have a couple sticky shockers left for my tri-rotor, I want to take out some users there. And if anybody spots your tri-rotor, what you do is you hold left bumper or L1, and it'll bring your tri-rotor back to you. And possibly they will be looking where you're hiding. But if that's the case, then just move out of the way immediately. You'll have plenty of time to react for that, since it is a tri-rotor and you're bringing it far away from yourself. And okay, so I'm by myself here. Okay, that guy just spotted me almost getting him with a tri-rotor, so I just want to bring it back to myself. And okay, so he knows where I just shot it from, so I want to get out of there. See? And then in a few seconds he will say, okay, he's gone, it's all cool. And then that is the time that you shoot him with a sticky shocker. Honestly, the main thing that helped me out going through all these 20 waves by myself in Ghost Perfectionist would be the audio cues. You really have to pay attention to audio cues. So if you're listening to music or anything like that, just pause your music, listen to it later, because these audio cues are very, very helpful for understanding how these guys can spot you, and not only that, but how you can evade those guys to be able to start getting Ghost Perfectionist again. So I only have 2 or 3 hostiles left, so I start using my sleeping gas grenades, which are very, very helpful. I know there is a bot operator over here just because of a few ways of practice. I know that some spawn over here. They'll always spawn where the door is open, so just keep that in mind. If you've played on Panther or Assault before, wherever anyone enters through, that is where they'll just stay and bunch up the bot operators. So I know this guy's just chilling, so make sure I'm not spotted. Here's the last guy, and then boom, stealth knockout. And wave 19 complete. Okay, so after wave 19 is complete, you will have 6 HVTs, and I found out the perfect way to lure them into your grasp, even if they haven't spawned yet. So I put a proximity mine there, jump up here, and honestly, shooting with your pistol at the fire extinguisher, which makes a huge noise, will alert every single guy you want to try and capture here. And just to play patient, so this guy's coming. Okay, so I shoot a gas dart. He comes running and then walks right into it. Easy peasy. Next guy, shoot another dart. That's 2. And you don't have to bag and tag them yet. You want to take out pretty much all you can before you start bagging and tagging. And okay, so that guy got taken out by the proximity mine. You want to throw a grenade right there, gas grenade. And sometimes the guys with the shields will, the juggernauts with the shields will come up. So you want to make sure you take those guys out. And the HVTs will never show up on your radar as arrows, like that guy is on the right side of me there. You want to make sure that you take out every single HVT or what have you with either a drop kick or a stealth sleeping gas grenade or a bolt, because those guys are very tricky. You can't aerial knock out the HVTs, so keep that in mind. And they won't show up as arrows on your radar. And those guys bunch up together, so I find it is a perfect time to use my arrows. Take a little bit of damage from dropping from that height, not a big deal. So I get 5 HVTs already. I'm in good shape, and I have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left before I have to finish this guy. And on the 20th wave, there aren't very many regular guys at all. There might be... Okay, that took a few seconds. I shouldn't have blind fired that it's sleeping dart. So now those guys are after me. So I just play it cool for about a minute. Those guys think that I was right there where that shield guy is. So he's investigating. And I play it cool. I wait up here. Still have a minute and 25 seconds before the HVT needs to be captured. So I'm in pretty good shape. So I throw a sticky noisemaker just to lure that shield user and the guy with the goggles. I already knocked out the HVT that I would need with a sleeping gas bolt. So the guy with the shield is turned around back on my side. And normally those guys won't take out or won't investigate the noisemaker. So if you have another guy that has either a night vision goggles or what have you, somebody who isn't a juggernaut will go investigate. So that guy will be left to you to take out. But seeing as I only have 45 seconds left to bag the HVT, I want to do that first. So I climb over here and try and avoid him. Just play it safe on the sandbags and then quickly take him out. Taking into account the juggernaut's patrol. And the patrol for the juggernauts, if they have the shield, it won't be very insane. It'll be very easy to take into account. And that is the last. Oh, sorry, it's not the last guy. Last guy, I really want to play it safe because it is the very last guy after 20 waves, and 20 waves of this by yourself, especially on Ghost Perfectionist, will make you want to tear your hair out. So I really want to be extra careful with him. That is why I am taking every precaution possible. So I see he is over there facing my way, pretty much. I say, hey, okay, so there are definitely other ways I can encounter this heavy from where I am. Maybe throw a noisemaker over here, or sorry, a sticky camera. And obviously that doesn't work, even though I use the noise, the instantly recognizable sticky camera noise from earlier Splinter Cell games. So it doesn't fall for that. Okay, so I have to try something a little bit different. Close that door, make sure I don't get spotted. Drop down. He's looking that way, so okay, alright. Gotta get up this way. Gotta climb on the walkway so I can get to him, either knock out from below or from above. So I climb up this pipe, move to the left, and pretty easily knock out my final guy. So definitely gonna only show you guys the first 5 waves for each Charlie mission from here on out. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next video.
Money in the bank.